I was sitting in my car outside our Brooklyn apartment, engine still running, rain ticking softly against the windshield, when I saw it. Her phone lighting up on the passenger seat like it had a secret of its own. One notification, then another. Attorney confirmation received. My wife was upstairs cooking dinner like nothing in the world was wrong, humming to a playlist she always used when she wanted to look innocent. But on her screen, I saw my name. Attached to it was a file. Divorce_petition_final.pdf. My hands froze on the steering wheel. I didn't open it right away. I couldn't. Because if I was right, then everything I believed about the last 6 months was a lie carefully dressed up as normal life. And the worst part? I still heard her footsteps moving above me, like she wasn't plotting the end of our marriage behind my back. That's when I realized I wasn't just being betrayed. I was already being replaced. I just hadn't caught up yet. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I sat there staring at that phone until the screen went dark again. My heartbeat was loud enough to drown out the rain. Something wasn't right. Not just the divorce file, but everything leading up to it. The late nights. The sudden work emergencies. The way she stopped looking at me directly when I talked. I told myself I was imagining it. That's what I did best. Excuse her distance. But not this time. Not after seeing my name on a legal document she never bothered to mention. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I did something she never expected. I went silent. And I started looking. Her coworker, Daniel from her marketing firm in Manhattan, had been texting her more than usual. Too casual. Too familiar. I didn't need proof yet. I needed patterns. That night, I told her I was tired and went to bed early. She kissed my cheek without even pausing her scrolling thumb. That's when I decided to check her phone again. And what I found cracked everything open. Messages. Deleted threads. Hotel confirmations in Midtown. A lawyer's email drafting asset separation strategy. And Daniel's voice in text form saying, "Once the papers are served, we'll stop hiding." That was the moment it hit me. This wasn't a sudden betrayal. This was planned. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there listening to her breathe beside me, wondering how long she had been rehearsing my ending. The next morning, I smiled at her. That's what scared me the most. Because I didn't feel anything anymore. Not anger. Not sadness. Just calculation. I contacted a divorce attorney in Chicago, someone my friend trusted. I started transferring important financial records, copying statements, quietly documenting everything. I installed a discreet security camera in the living room under the excuse of home safety upgrades. She didn't even notice. Or maybe she didn't care. Days passed. She got bolder. She started staying out later. Work dinners. Project deadlines. Daniel's name stopped being hidden in her phone notifications. And I kept playing the same role, husband who didn't know, until I knew everything. One night, I triggered the camera remotely while sitting in my parked car outside a diner in Queens. I watched live footage. She wasn't alone. Daniel was in my home, on my couch, laughing like he belonged there. That was the moment something inside me didn't break, it locked. I didn't storm in. I didn't scream. I made one call. My lawyer answered on the second ring. "Start the filing," I said, "and send everything." The legal machine moved faster than I expected. Within 48 hours, financial freezes hit joint accounts. Her credit cards declined at a Manhattan restaurant. She was dining in with him. I know because I was watching the transaction alerts come in one by one. Confusion first, then panic, then silence. She came home that night furious. "What did you do?" she snapped the moment she saw me. I didn't even look up from the table. "You already started it," I said quietly. "I just finished it." Her face changed. Not guilt. Not remorse. Fear. That's when Daniel started calling her repeatedly outside, standing in the hallway of our apartment building like a man who suddenly realized he wasn't as untouchable as he thought. But it was too late for him too. His firm received the complaint first. Evidence of misconduct. Relationship with a client's spouse. Financial ethics violations. By morning, he was suspended. And her? She was served while still in our kitchen, right beside the coffee she used to make like nothing was falling apart. The papers landed on the counter. Same papers I had seen on her phone, except this time, they were real. Her hands shook when she realized I had known for days, maybe weeks, and never reacted the way she expected. "You were supposed to fight for me," she whispered. I finally looked at her then. "I did," I said. You just weren't on my side. She left that night. No yelling. No dramatic exit. Just silence and a closing door. Months later, the apartment felt different. Not empty, clean. I sold it and moved closer to Chicago for work. Started over. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Just quietly rebuilding. Sometimes I still think about that night in the car. The glow of her phone. The divorce file sitting there like a confession she never had the courage to say out loud. The version of me who waited for honesty never existed in her story. Only in mine. And in mine, I stopped waiting. The end.